Hello and welcome to the Curated Beauty Podcast. I'm Jessica Christie, CEO of Beauty Culture Med Spa and the founder of the new functional and regenerative business, Cultured Wellness. From my start as a physician assistant to now not only being a practitioner but leading my own businesses, I've been on a unique journey through health, beauty, and entrepreneurship. Join us as we explore everything from skincare secrets to leadership lessons. Whether you're passionate about beauty or striving to balance life's challenges, this is your space to connect, learn, and shine. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Curated Beauty Podcast. It has been quite some time since I've jumped on here to share pearls with you guys. I'm so excited to kick off this little break, this hiatus that I just took. I just needed it. With a really important topic. I have talked about lots of things biohacking on this podcast before, but today I want to welcome you back by exploring the latest and greatest in health and beauty technology, something called the HOCATT. It's HOCATT. What is it? How does it work? Who could benefit from it? These are things that you need to know. So stay tuned as we break down each modality and uncover why HOCATT has really become a proud favorite around our wellness community and in our office at Cultured Wellness. So last year, we launched a new business called Cultured Wellness, which is a functional medicine business. We have a side of regenerative medicine. There's been huge buzz around HOCATT. It's, again, HOCATT for anyone vigorously Googling it with that kind of an intro, but it's something that I've had on my eye on for quite some time, actually, a few years. And to be honest, there are many things that brought me into the functional medicine space, but I really have been wanting to purchase this device for some time for personal reasons and also to share with my patients. But it just didn't feel right to have this random device that looks like a giant egg capsule, but not supporting it with being able to treat the other functional medicine facets beside like just this amazing technology. I do everything well-rounded, comprehensive is definitely our niche. And so I just thought, how could I make this happen? Am I diversifying my treatments too much? After all, I have this med spa, but I really, really value health and wellness. We can make these women and men feel like they look really good and feel confident, but how are they truly functioning? Is their health optimized? Are they exhausted? Are they fighting musculoskeletal pain? Are they struggling with chronic inflammation, illnesses from a variety of bacteria and viruses? Are they experiencing oxidative stress overload leading to things like cancer? And so when it was put on my heart to start this functional medicine business, I knew that eventually I would get to add this device. And so let's talk about it a little bit. So first of all, HOCATT stands for hyperthermic ozone and carbonic acid transdermal technology. People are starting to talk more and more about ozone therapy. They may not know what it is, but it's not such a crazy concept. But this is a device that puts tons of biohacking into one, actually 10 to be exact, 10 different things into one 30-minute treatment. And we want to incorporate wellness into our lives. Most of us, our life is pretty grueling, and to be able to take all of these supplements and do all these services and participate in all these wellness programs, it's a commitment to a wellness lifestyle, but we try to at least maximize as much as we can. And that's where the term biohacking kind of came from. You can find yourself really honestly spending all your waking hours focusing on all the ways to implement the things that we're learning about how to optimize our health. But really in this treatment, we have 30 minutes where we have so many good things going on. So let's break down a little bit of the science behind this device and the system and really talk about what these individual components are. So we're going to talk a little bit about ozone, why it has a little bit of controversial side, why you shouldn't be afraid of it, especially if you're seeking the right people to treat you and the people that are educated and spend their money on education, and how our clients and patients are experiencing this and kind of making decisions for yourself about if this is something that would enhance your life or someone that you know. So diving in, like I mentioned, HOCATT there's a lot of different therapies. So at first, when you get into the chamber, it's preheated. So you fully take off all your clothes, wrap up in one of our spa towels. You come in without any body lotions, perfumes, anything like that, because you really want to experience this transdermally. And the more stuff we gunk up our skin with, the less we're going to have that be a true effect. There's a lot of different modalities on how HOCATT is delivered to the body. So I guess I should briefly just at least start talking about how ozone therapy, or what it is. So HOCATT is transdermal ozone, meaning that it goes through your skin. But when we talk about ozone therapy, first of all, medical ozone therapy, or O3 therapy, combines a mixture of an oxygen molecule, O2, and then it adds an additional oxygen, making it O3. So it's prepared through these special ozone medical generators and an oxygen tank to create O3. Well, guess what? O3, or ozone, has multiple different actions. It is anti-pain, anti-inflammatory. It has an amazing antioxidant effect. And these therapeutic effects are obtained by the amelioration of tissue oxygen, accelerating the use of our glucose, or sugar, in cellular metabolism, improving our protein metabolism, increasing our red blood cell activity, and really mediating or inhibiting the inflammatory mediators that are going off in our body all the time as response to oxidative stress or synthesis, like creation of the prostaglandins in our body. And it's kind of an in-depth scientific explanation, but essentially what's happening is we're making these oxygen molecules really unstable by adding this O3, and it wants to donate it so freaking bad. It wants to become O2 again. And so as soon as it gets delivered into your body, it wants to get rid of this extra oxygen molecule like crazy. It's like a missile in your body. And what it does is shoot for anything that's inflamed, bacteria, viruses, any sort of issue going on in the body. Because guess what? Those things are also going to be unstable and to be a free radical. So this O3 wants to donate it so bad, and the free radical is just opened up, ready to accept it. And so it's going to really look at your immune system, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, breathing disorders, a whole bunch of things. And the benefit of this is that it's actually detoxing and supporting your immune system, being anti-aging. And one of the biggest things that we hear from our patients is that there's just like major pain relief. There are so many articles talking specifically about musculoskeletal issues and how oxygen therapy, or O3 therapy, is proven to be effective at things like reducing low back pain, lumbar disc herniation, cervical pain, cervical disc herniation, failed back surgeries, which, hello, how many people have that? Degenerative spine disease, plantar fasciitis, carpal tunnel, so many more. I recently broke my toe again, the same toe that I broke 6 months ago. And I got in it, and there's a cupping attachment where I was able to get full body HOCATT, but also really hone the ozone therapy down onto my toe. And I can't even tell you how much, I couldn't believe how much less pain I was in when I got out of it just with walking. Okay, the one way we should not get ozone gas into our body is inhaling it into our lungs. With the HOCATT, we have really good ventilation systems. Your only thing that's sticking out is your head. So when you're breathing, you're actually inhaling oxygen through the oxygen tank. And we have a desiccator for all the ozone before we open up the capsule. So don't have to worry about that. However, we apply ozone to our skin for wound healing. We can use a vehicle like olive oil, or spraying it on the area if you can get the ozone therapy dissolved into like distilled water. We can get it into the body by blowing gas, that ozone gas, into the ears. For infections, we can do rectal ozone. It's amazing for the gut and inflammatory bowel disease. We can use vaginal ozone, which I have done for concerns like aging, endometriosis, infertility, hormone balance, just health of the tissues, interstitial cystitis. Even taking the blood out of your body through your IV, using an ozone generator just on the side. This isn't the HOCATT, but you can make ozone. We have this at our office. Put it in the bag of blood and then put the blood back in your body. Talk about delivering this auto chemotherapy, which is just so helpful for killing off all those things in your body that are bad. We can also ingest it by consuming small amounts of ozone gas and, again, water, olive oil, or even inject it into muscles or joints for pain. It's so good. Ozone therapy is incredible for anything inflammation related, whether it's a wound, immune system condition like diabetes or arthritis. It is so effective. So diving in, when you get into this, back to kind of walking you through what it looks like when you come in. You've showered any lotions, you've not put them on that day, you get into the chamber that's preheated. And then there's something called hyperthermia, which happens when the body temperature rises to a much higher level than our normal body temperature. It's like a steam sauna in there, really. And this typically occurs when someone's exerting themselves in hot weather or working out, but it occurs intentionally when we get into things like a hot tub, sauna, steam room. And hyperthermia is very therapeutic for many reasons, including hypothyroidism, sore muscles, cancer, needing to increase circulation, muscle relaxation, immune system function, pain relief. So in the HOCATT chamber, hyperthermia is used by steam and far infrared rays, heating the body to around 102 Fahrenheit. And this mimics a mild fever, triggering an immune response. Remember, fevers are good. Hyperthermia plays a massive role in the passive exercise component, burning 400 to 600 calories in a 30-minute session. So it's great for autoimmune disease, longevity, lifespan extension, especially those people like autoimmuners. They cannot go out and work out like crazy. So it's really nice passive exercise. Next, let's talk about the carbonic acid therapy. So carbonic acid therapy, or CO2 dissolved in water, is known as like the bubbly in the beverages that we think about, like a Spindrift, or, if you like beer or sodas, which maybe lay off those a little bit. But naturally carbonated thermal spring water has been used for centuries for health and cosmetic and pharmaceutical purposes. And actually, carbonic acid is easily absorbed through the skin. It's non-toxic and it's free of side effects. It's stimulating the release of more oxygen into the cells. It's referred to as the Bohr effect. A lot of natural remedies or functional medicine is almost like that hormetic effect, where we're like challenging the system and then we're seeing the benefit. So it's increasing circulation. So if you think carbonic acid therapy, just think circulation. Anyone who has issues with circulation, peripheral vascular disease, heart disease, erectile dysfunction, diabetic complications where we need to get circulation to somewhere, really, really, really good to have carbonic acid therapy. We used to actually carbonic acid therapy, if you look it up for cosmetic reasons, they used to literally poke a little hole under the dermis and blow the face up with CO2. And that is really amazing for healing, for wrinkle reduction, for just rushing all the oxygen and the nutrients to the tissue. We don't have to do that anymore. We have something from a cosmetic standpoint, something to reduce wrinkles, stretch marks, scarring. We use carbonic acid therapy with our CO2 Pro Lift mask, especially post-procedure. Like I said, it just rushes oxygen to the tissues to initiate healing and to build collagen and elastin. We also have a vaginal version to rejuvenate tissues. Really, really great for menopause. So you can always inquire about that too. But that's in the HOCATT. It's just included in there. But I'm just giving you examples for how carbonic acid therapy also can be used. We're just adding them all together, remember. Following carbonic acid therapy, in the HOCATT, because that's the first thing after the hyperthermia comes in that we do, you can typically tolerate, we start you at 3 minutes. I'm at 5 to 6, and you can tell if you are having trouble tolerating it, but the goal is to kind of work your way up. The ozone therapy portion begins. And so the ozone therapy is the colorless gas made of those 3 oxygen molecules, and it's extensively studied to be proven to destroy bacteria, viruses, fungus, yeast, parasites, odor, protozoans. It's used in dentistry to treat infections, cavities, gum disease. The 3rd oxygen molecule has an electrophilic free radical charge, making it really, really reactive. And so diseased cells, anything, bacteria, it attracts ozone. So it allows it to target it, destroy it, and then leave the healthy cells unharmed. Ozone therapy has been shown to have benefits in cardiovascular disease, peripheral vascular disease, our brain, our neck tissues and issues, orthopedic, musculoskeletal, like we talked about, major and gastrointestinal healing. It's also really praised for its anti-aging benefits, improving wrinkles, acne, abrasions, dermatitis, stretch marks, spider veins, shingles, psoriasis, fungal infections, herpes family virus lesions. And the HOCATT chamber has an oxygen concentrator attached to it, creating O3, which is then infused into the chamber, mixing with the steam for transdermal delivery. So this transdermal delivery allows ozone to penetrate the skin and then enter the bloodstream, providing these systemic benefits without all these invasive measures. So recent advances in skin science have shown that certain molecules can really penetrate the skin and absorb into the bloodstream, supporting various different applications like seasickness patches, hormone replacement creams, nitroglycerin for heart issues. And the HOCATT chamber includes the far infrared therapy, which is 7 times more effective at detoxing versus like traditional sauna. So far infrared therapy really helps soothe the arterial walls, reduce hypertension, and benefits like osteoporosis, chronic headaches, carpal tunnel, ADHD, digestive issues, fibromyalgia. Another component that I love, I think you've probably heard like higher doses, PEMF-MAT. That's like the biggest name on the market. I feel like commercially kind of pushed to everyone. Something else that I love is high intensity pulsed electromagnetic field. So PEMF, this is going to boost energy. It's going to reduce pain and inflammation. That's the biggest thing with PEMF is the pain and inflammation. Really encourages nutrient absorption, promotes cellular regeneration. Basically, it's these little pulsed electromagnetic pulses to wake the cells up and to promote tissue regeneration, to promote the immune system. It really is so amazing at enhancing circulation and oxygenation. And people who suffer from depression really do well with this. Muscle function, athletic recovery is huge. Anyone with a cancer diagnosis, this is just really amazing. Everyone in my family, we have a PEMF mat at home. This is different than the PEMF that's in the HOCATT. The PEMF in the HOCATT is just a professional. It's called the Hugo. You can also look it up and you can do it separately outside of the HOCATT, but you do this during the last 12 minutes of your HOCATT session. And it's incredible. We also do frequency specific microcurrents. So the HOCATT offers over 100 programs. So you can pick from a totally different things, but it enhances microcirculation, supports protein synthesis, tissue regeneration again, alleviating pain, boosting the immune system. It's really good for that central nervous system support, detoxing, really, really, really good, lymph transport, endorphin release. So super important stuff happening. If you've ever heard of RIFE, that is essentially what the frequency specific microcurrents are in the HOCATT. Okay. Ultraviolet radiation. So this is from the ozone breakdown in the HOCATT, and it produces beneficial hormones and vitamins like vitamin D while destroying pathogens. So it's really great for kind of skin infections and overall health. The HOCATT also provides, like they said, that passive exercise, burning up to 30% more calories, boosting energy, endurance, performance. So really good for anyone from like the elderly to all the way to the professional athlete, reducing pain, inflammation, really good for hypertension. So if you have hypertension, you need to get in the HOCATT. In fact, one of the things that keeps you out of the HOCATT is low blood pressure. So we always monitor people's blood pressure, digestive issues, ADHD, carpal tunnels, chronic headaches, all those sorts of things really do so good in the HOCATT. We also lastly do aromatherapy. So we can use essential oils, so many different things. That's a whole nother podcast, but reducing stress, encouraging good sleep. By the way, there's something called HOCATT sleep. Man, is it good. You sleep so good after you get a HOCATT that day. Oh my goodness. We typically recommend HOCATT treatments in packages of 10, especially for more chronic conditions or like GI symptoms. Like I said, inflammatory bowel disease, ADHD, infertility, endometriosis. And these sessions are usually done 2 to 3 times a week. The cost is approximately $150 per session. If you're doing it in a package, a little bit more if you're just doing one-off. So it's really cost effective compared to other treatments, especially when you're talking about putting them all together. We provide very comfortable professional environment for your HOCATT. Please note that certain conditions may prevent you from getting a HOCATT, such as being on your period. You have to remove all your jewelry. If you're in your first 3 months of pregnancy, it's not advised. Or again, like I said, if you have low blood pressure, but we conduct thorough intakes to make sure that you're safe and this is effective and this is the treatment for you. And if you're considering HOCATT, we invite you to visit Cultured Wellness. You can visit via our main website, which is beautyculturespa.com. You can visit us and more topics on our Instagram page, which is at B, Cultured Wellness. You can also check out other episodes on this podcast. We talk a lot about all of the services that we offer. But we have seen incredible results from pain relief to improved health conditions. And you can book a session on our website, beautyculturespa.com, Or if you're not local, you can check the HOCATT website for locations near you. We're proud to be one of the few providers in Michigan offering this innovative therapy, but we welcome more because we want people to have access to this. We love community and we have an abundance mindset. So thank you so much for joining me on another episode of the Curated Beauty Podcast. I really love talking to you guys about this stuff. If you're interested in being a patient of ours, you can also visit our website, beautyculturespa.com, and book now. You can book a consultation. We do virtual visits. So I look forward to chatting with you guys. Until next time, take care. And that's a wrap on another enriching episode of the Curated Beauty Podcast. If today's conversations resonated with you, I urge you to share it with someone you believe could benefit from it. Let's spread the beauty, knowledge, and empowerment far and wide. For more in-depth resources, information about who we are, or if you're interested in becoming a patient or training directly with me or one of my team, visit our website at beautyculturespa.com. Don't forget to stay connected with us on Instagram for all the latest updates, behind the scenes, and beauty wisdom. Follow us at beautyculture.medspa and at B Cultured Wellness. That's the letter B, Cultured Wellness. Thank you for being with us today. Keep curating your beauty both inside and out. Until next time.